I'm going to level with you. I celebrated just a little. Gentlemen, ready my streamers. Madam, fetch me my celebration pants. Because the latest polls, like the April edition of the Strength in Numbers Verisight poll, are out. And it is a catastrophe for the man in the White House. It's a real, genuine 5-alarm Titanic has hit an iceberg catastrophe. And I have the numbers. You are going to love them. And you got to remember, this is the president's 15th month in office. These are all of his policies. Those are the ones in effect. You got the House. You pretty much own the Supreme Court. He owns everything. And these numbers are the reality. And the reality is that this man, Donald Trump, his political position is collapsing on every single front. And these numbers have nothing to do with Biden or Obama, like Trump's going to claim. Overall job approval, 35% approve, 61 disapprove. That is a net of 26 down. I mean, think about that. 26% gap between the people who approve and disapprove, and it gets steeper every single month. His overall approval has dropped from 40% in January to 35% in April. And here's the one that I really want you to pay attention to. It made me sit up and kind of relook at the numbers. His net approval on prices and inflation, minus 46. That's the economy. And Morris, the guy who created this poll, says that this is the worst rating on any single issue in the entire history of his polling. Not Trump's worst, not Biden's worst, the worst ever by anyone on anything. 72% of Americans disapprove how Trump is handling prices. 56% strongly disapprove. This is a pure free fall. Minus 31 in January, now minus 35 in February, minus 40 in March, 46 in April. That's crazy. He is underwater on every single issue, by the way, every one. And in his poll, the border's a wash, but every single issue, Donald Trump is underwater. You look at the generic congressional ballot, Democrats 50, Republicans 43. Morris tells us that Democrats, they've led in every single poll that Verisight has done since May 2025, 11 polls. Dems have never trailed once, and the margins have ranged anywhere from 4 to 10 points. The direction of our country, 55% say things are going poorly, and that major disruptive changes are needed. And I want to stop there for a second. Major disruptive changes are needed. I want you to think about that when we head to November and into 2028. When we start looking at these corporate Democrats, or the Democrats that just kind of say, hey, we're going to get everything back to normal. We can't allow that to happen. We need someone who is going to disrupt the direction of our country. Donald Trump has set us on a collision course, and it's our time to fix it. Only 8% of the people polled said that our country was going in the right direction. And then on the Iranian war, the Epstein cover-up war, 64% of Americans say that the war in Iran has not been worth the cost. Of course. That's up 58% just last month. Nearly half the country say we should have never gone to war in the first place. 40% say they don't even know why we went. I'll tell you why. Epstein. Only 16% think that this war has been a success. Gee, I wonder why. I mean, Donald Trump is pretty much the only guy out there saying it was a success. And if you think this guy Morris is an outlier, I also go and I check all the aggregator sites like Real Clear Politics, and I know they've introduced a few polls to sway things to the right. I get it. But data is data, and data is helpful. And so I look at running these rolling aggregates, pulling every major pollster. And in these aggregate polls, it's not just the one poll. He's upside down on the economy, foreign policy, immigration, inflation, upside down on crime. That was a huge Republican talking point. And I want you to pay particular attention right now on this. He's upside down majorly in military action in Iran, like I said, but also in the Israel-Palestine conflict. He is drowning in those. And if you've stuck with me through minutes of numbers, thank you. Hit subscribe. We're going to need all of you to get to November. We're going to need this channel for November. So subscribe, comment, share one of these stories with one human being in your life who has not yet processed that everyone they know is very unhappy with the president right now. You can get through to somebody. And again, this is a president in his second year, midterm cycle, sitting at 35% approval, minus 46 on economic issues. That's the issue that voters care about the most. The party is already losing the generic ballot by 7. He's a president whose party is about to get wiped. And we are predicting, these polls show a blue wave coming. And it tells us if the November election were here, if it were today, we would be talking about a massive wave like 2018, possibly bigger, because immigration's flipped. Immigration used to be Trump's strength. And polling now shows that most voters disapprove of his handling of immigration. Morris's poll specifically cites 2024 Trump voters who were with him in November, who are now the ones citing immigration as a reason that they disapprove. Those are people flopping. Now look, this isn't a sign that MAGA is breaking. Not yet. 50% of Republicans still are diehard MAGA. But the other half of Republicans? You know what? They are on the fence. And you also have to look at the independents. The independents that moved to Trump in 2024, they are peeling off. They're peeling off over prices because every family sees the prices every time they go to the grocery store. So to the MAGA commenters that you'll come in and tell me that this is a rigged poll, it's one poll, I want you to know that Verisight also weighted this for past voting patterns and partisanship. So if you want to argue with these numbers, you're arguing with your own neighbors. Think about that. And they've left you behind.